Hello everybody. Today I will discuss about fundamental theorem of algebra. Theorem. Every equation f(x) equal to 0 of the nth degree has n roots and no more. Proof. Assume that every equation f(x) equal to 0 of the nth degree has at least one root. Since we assume that f(x) equal to 0 has at least one root, let alpha 1 be a root of f(x) equal to 0. Then f(x) is divisible by x minus alpha 1 without a remainder. Therefore, f(x) must be equal to x minus alpha 1 into phi 1x. Where x minus alpha 1 is divisor and phi 1x is quotient, where the quotient q1x is a rational integral algebraic function of x of the n minus 1th degree. Again, phi 1x is equal to 0 has a root. So suppose that alpha 2 is a root of phi 1x is equal to 0. Then phi 1x is divisible by x minus alpha 2 without any remainder, so that phi 1x is equal to x minus alpha 2 into phi 1x is equal to x minus alpha 2 into phi 2x, and therefore f(x) is equal to x minus alpha 1 into x minus alpha 2 into phi 2x. Here x minus alpha 1 is of first degree, x minus alpha 2 is also of first degree. Therefore, together this quantity has 2 degree. Therefore, phi 2x must be of degree n minus 2. Now, phi 2x is a rational integral algebraic function of x of the n minus 2th degree. Therefore, phi 2x has a root. Let alpha 3 be the root of phi 2x is equal to 0. So, phi 2x is equal to x minus alpha 3 into phi 3x, and f(x) is equal to x minus alpha 1 into x minus alpha 2 into x minus alpha 3 into phi 3x, where phi 3x is a rational integral algebraic function of x of the n minus 3rd degree. Continuing this process, we shall get f(x) is equal to x minus alpha 1 into x minus alpha 2 into x minus alpha 3 up to x minus alpha n into q. Here x minus alpha 1 up to x minus alpha n. This is a polynomial of degree n. Therefore, q must be a independent of x. Now, each of fx is of nth degree and hence q must be independent of x, because fx is of nth degree and from here x minus alpha 1 up to x minus alpha n. This is also of nth degree. Therefore, q must be a constant term, that is independent of x. Therefore, by comparing coefficient of x to the power n from both sides of 2, we get q is equal to a0. Thus, from equation number 2, we have fx is equal to a0 into x minus alpha 1 into x minus alpha 2 into x minus alpha 3 up to x minus alpha n. As fx vanishes when we put for x any one of the n numbers alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha n. Therefore, the equation fx equal to 0 has n roots. Here fx vanishes at alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha n, because if we put x is equal to alpha 1, then this quantity will be 0 and automatically whole quantity becomes 0. Therefore, fx is equal to 0. So, x is equal to alpha 1 fx vanishes at alpha 1. Similarly, f of alpha 2 is equal to 0, f of alpha 3 is equal to 0 and f alpha n is equal to 0. Therefore, the equation fx is equal to 0 has n roots. If x is assigned a value different from any one of these n roots, then no factor of fx can vanish and the equation is not satisfied. Therefore, fx equal to 0 cannot have more than n roots, and this proves the theorem. Thank you very much for watching this video, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel.